Easy. Hey, what's up, Emerald Coast? It's Wednesday.
Wet Wednesday.
Wet Wednesday, May 20th here on the Emerald Coast. The weather's it was a little sunny and then a little cloudy, a little rainy. It's going back and forth. It's going to go back and forth the next couple of days.
You're the worst weatherman ever.
I am.
That was terrible.
I looked out the window. It's like I looked out this morning. It's like, oh, it's raining. And then I looked out again. Oh, there's some sun, but it's still cloudy.
You're terrible. It's the spring and it's gonna storm.
Now, by the way, in case you want to know, I am RJ Murdoch. I am the functional
Co-host,
dyslexic.
There you go.
And if I gaff, that's my job. That's what I'm supposed to be doing here. And of course, this is my
co-host. Hi, I'm Chris.
Our recovering bar
My job
owner.
is to bring him extra coffee and watch him flail when the caffeine kicks in. This is great.
He's the bartender
Oh
of
my
this
gosh.
duo here, because
Some people need to be cut off.
like I said, he'll talk, and I'm just remember the movie Men in Black, like the
Yes.
second one was like that.
Yes.
In the post office.
Yes.
The alien behind the thing that
Yes.
had all the arms.
Yep.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
So all right, I'm gonna calm down because we got an exciting guest for today.
We're gonna have fun
We're
today.
gonna talk about stuff nobody gets a chance to talk very much about.
We got to
You know
talk
what?
about the most interesting subject that has nothing going on.
Tell you what, let's bring our guest in.
Okay, and then we'll do the show.
And then we can kind of he can be part of our conversation. He can be
Okay.
our trio of our duo
Fair.
here.
He looks good, so do it. I'll dig the
So
floor.
I'm
I
going
did
to
the
go ahead
Hawaiian
and bring
shirt.
in his audio there. Oops,
Yeah.
oh, no, wrong one. Got to update that.
One of these
Okay,
days
hey,
you'll get it
this is Jake Mitchell. How's it going, Jake?
Hi, Jay.
Hey, yeah.
Going well, man. Just hanging in there.
Yeah, we understand that you traveled very far from your living room out the sliding door to get to your studio out there in your patio. We hear the birds chirping in the background.
So
there.
Jake is our resident sports expert for the show, and the show could be really short, Jake. It could be about 10 seconds. It could be a simple yes or no. Are there any sports going on, yes or no?
Yeah.
And if the answer is no, thanks, the show's been great.
Yeah.
Barely.
Barely?
Barely would be my answer.
All right, well, let's do the normal openings, RJ.
Yeah, we're gonna leave your mic on, but we're just gonna go ahead and do some of our normal shtick. Is that the right word?
Yeah, it is now.
Mr. Gaff. I'm gonna change my name from
Yes.
Mr. Gaff.
Yes, RJ Gaff.
So, all right, we go ahead right now. We got to do our shameless plugs. And if you're watching us right now, you're probably watching us on the Emerald Coast TV Facebook page. By the way, the comment section is open. If you'd like to give us a great comment, we might actually put it up on the air.
Give us
If you want to give us a mean
comment.
comment, well, we'll just talk about you
I see
behind your
Michelle's
back.
watching us, and we can congratulate her on being engaged. I do pay attention to social media a lot, apparently.
And but also we also have a What's Up Emerald Coast Facebook page. We are sharing the stream to that page, but when we have more things and activities and information, we're going to be passing it on that page. So go ahead and like that so you can go ahead and get informed about what's going on and everything else. And then I'm just going to pass. There's this place called CrabIsland.com.
Not today. Not on a rainy day.
Not today.
Not
but,
today.
and,
Keep your boat in the dry dock today.
Yeah. So, but, it's also a couple of other national days.
Okay. Lay them on me.
I just picked out 3 that I thought was good, and there's always one food one. Yeah.
All right. That's all that matters to me is food ones.
So actually, I like this one.
Okay.
How to be or National Be a Millionaire
not how to be.
Day.
National Be a Millionaire
National
Day.
Be-
That's a bunch of. Who sponsors that? I mean, really.
Actually, it's all about making good financial choices, starting a savings account, check your investment,
Okay, fair
401k.
enough. It's not just
little
torture for us
reviewing your
peasants.
expenses. It's kind of like it's more of a savings day that if you really focus on your savings and
Fair.
everything else.
I'll give you that. Okay.
Then
One day
someday-
at a time, saving your
someday,
money, you'll be a millionaire. I get it.
200 years or so, you'll be a millionaire.
200 years is the key word. Especially that's a good one for pandemic life right now.
And
There we go. Let's get to the
there's
food.
always food.
That looks like quiche. There we go, baby.
Quiche
I can do it.
rain
That's
day.
just advanced pizza. That's what quiche is advanced pizza.
with eggs.
That is correct.
Yeah, it's pizza with eggs.
My
is what it
best-
was.
my
It's-
best
it's
pizza-
a deep pie pizza with eggs.
Coming very soon. My best pizza will return in a location soon to be released, and my best one is a breakfast pizza, which is a low rent quiche. So, but it's great on a Sunday morning before football.
And your thoughts about that? What do you
yeah,
think?
yeah.
Do you like
Hey,
quiche?
I'm always down with quiche. Quiche is
Yeah.
great. I love quiche.
Is that it? Just the two of them? What other days we got?
Oh, we got one more.
One more.
And it's National.
Okay.
Rescue Dog
That's
Day.
a good one. That's a good one.
You
That's a
know,
purpose.
Everybody needs
Oh,
to
that's
play.
the
know-
best of the three.
You know, just a few weeks ago, they were celebrating that one place. I think it was in New Jersey. They had all their pets adopted, and that was a kind of a pandemic life type of thing. That people are at home, we're all alone together, and the best thing to do is have a pet trapped with you for some unconditional love. So hopefully that continues on because when you hear about disasters that are happening right now in places like Michigan and a lot of pets get displaced and get lost and need to be taken care of. So I'm a big pet fan.
I'm a big pet fan too.
So that's a great one for today, and that's.
So we want to do think nationaldaycalendar.com. That's where
Yeah,
we kind of
fair
find
enough.
out what it is. So, and we're kind of.
Did you just skip over the headlines in the paper because
no,
it was
no,
all
no,
boring?
no. I wanted to get right to.
So Jake, we want to skip
No,
over.
actually, I just wanted to talk. I don't want to get a sip of coffee. I really wanted a sip of coffee. I figured, hey, what the heck? Let's
Yeah.
go ahead and thank our sponsor for the day, Moss Coffee.
There we go, Moss Coffee.
By the
Extra
way,
coffee today.
Jake, thank you for the bird sounds. Those are great. I really enjoy
Yeah,
those. Those
that's
are,
right.
Those are also, and then we were talking about the
Our paper is
the
very
papers. We
thin
got-
today. It's a repeat of
you know,
yesterday.
It has been kind of getting thinner, but
It's a repeat of yesterday. The reopening of short-term rentals. Okay, we're waiting. Here comes
Yeah.
the season, and there were 5 Walton County deaths at a nursing home, and that's not good because all we can say is keep reminding people to be cognizant of what's going on. That this isn't a joke as we get to the beach and get back to work. To be aware, follow the social distancing rules.
But also in line with testing, the county has been providing these mobile test sites. They were yesterday over in Destin.
Okay.
Tomorrow they're going to be over in Niceville at Northwest Florida State College.
Okay.
And then I think next Thursday you're going to be here in Fort Walton Beach at the Northwest Florida State College campus over here.
I like how you're pointing, like the
yeah,
viewers know
yeah, because
exactly
it's-
where you're going to go.
it's that way.
It's fantastic.
But this is just a test, and we've had this. We're not going to get into the debate about the test of ours, but it's for the live virus test. So
Yes.
it's only as good for that. So you're good once you take that test. We were just saying to yourself, kind of keep in mind on who you keep in contact with, just
if
in
you
case.
find out you're positive,
Right.
you need to know who you've been hanging out
However,
with.
with today's paper,
Now you did notice.
I
a
did
good
notice
thing.
in this thing that I had actually given blood at my church on Sunday morning, and then I checked this morning because I did not
Wait a
know.
minute. Did you go because of the church or for the free movie tickets?
I went for the $20 ETH card. I'm sorry, but
We're all bribable.
I've always.
We're all bribable.
No,
It's
no.
okay, RJ.
I want to help.
It's okay.
Even though most of the time I just go for the
It's
movie
okay.
passes. But
It's
the $20 movie passes are much better because you can get popcorn with that. You don't get that with just a regular one. So definitely, if you want to know whether you're suspicious that you might have had it, you might have been asymptomatic or something like that. What they're providing is the opportunity not only to give blood and life-saving, medical help for someone, but they're also testing for antibodies. And
Right.
the reason they're testing for the antibodies is because if they do find out whether you do have antibodies, they would like to know whether you might be possible for you to be able to come in so they can draw antibody plasma for you, that they
Correct.
might be able to help another COVID patient
That's right.
be able to fight off the system and stuff like that.
That is correct. And the beautiful thing about those blood drives is they're mobile labs. They're already labs on wheels. And so if we can support those efforts, we kind of get a little of economies of scale of getting people donating blood, which is a much needed thing always. And we start to find out, the more information we have, the better we can manage this scenario.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be a great thing, because right now we're all still confusion. Lots of confusion.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we live at the beach. People are starting to come down to the beach. I'm getting sponsorship offers from people who have Airbnb rentals if they'd like to contact me. That they would now that the short-term rentals are opening, they're like,
all across
please
Northwest
contact
Florida.
Chris directly.
From Bay County, Escambia County,
Yeah,
Walton
I
County,
got some
Okaloosa.
Airbnbs in the heart of Destin available. So please contact me directly. And I think the owner will even wash your car. I'm not sure, but I've heard rumor.
Well, today, also in the paper, You know what's been
He's gonna cuss me
what's
out.
been really thin? The sports section.
Man.
The
So let's
sports
bring our
section.
sports expert on.
Yeah. So
It's Wednesday, Jake. We need a little bit of levity, a little bit of it's a rainy day. Let's talk about something. So what in the world of sports is going on? Pandemic life, either locally, statewide, nationally. The floor is yours. Give us a rundown of it all.
Well, the number one thing that has just absolutely gotten me fired up, and it's why I wanted to come on with you guys today, has been this Jordan documentary and the reaction to the Jordan documentary.
Fair enough.
It is insane that, and I see all of these people, and it's great documentary. I love Michael Jordan. I think Michael Jordan's a great player. I think he's the second greatest player of all time.
Behind
the idea
behind
LeBron James.
Okay.
Behind LeBron James. and the idea that, number one, a documentary that's put together for narrative purposes is supposed to prove that one guy's better than the other. I don't buy that. But I've learned in watching the documentary, and we already knew all these things, but it's just been reaffirmed. I've had to defend LeBron for years for not winning until he had great teammates, for not being able to, in the first part of his career, get all the way there. And I watched this Jordan documentary, and he didn't win until he had Scottie Pippen with him. He didn't win until he had Phil Jackson leading that team. We kill LeBron for these things that he has been unable to do. There's been no player in history that's won a title by themselves. Jordan, he couldn't get there when he had Charles Oakley on his team. LeBron took a team that had Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Delonte West, Mo Williams, Anders and Varejao. He took that team all the way to the final. So I watched this Jordan documentary, and I see the reaction on Twitter, and I see all these people that say, if you're not watching this documentary and you don't think that Jordan's not the best player after you watch those 10 episodes, then you just don't know basketball. And I disagree completely. Jordan's a great player. He's an awesome player. He got there 6 times. LeBron's been to the finals 11 times, by the way. It's just, I think Jordan's great, but the way we romanticize him and the way that we mythologize him, I think it's because he looks cool. I think it's because he's got a shoe and a commercial, and he's just got an iconic look. And like I said, he's a great player. I think he's number 2 all time. I just think we decided that he's better than LeBron just because his image is better. And I don't know. I'm more interested in LeBron, who is the better defender, the overall defender, the better passer, the better teammate. He's never punched a teammate in the face, so I think points go to LeBron on that one.
we know of.
That
we know of.
I like I said, I think Jordan's great, but a documentary hasn't convinced me that he's better than LeBron. And by the way, I don't buy the pizza story for a second.
Yeah, well, Jake, I appreciate your take on the documentary. I get it, but what I don't get is the people that actually watch the documentary and immediately go into the comparisons to other players. Because one, comparing players from different eras is always unfair. There's different styles of the game. It's like comparing NFL players that wore leather helmets versus those that have a mask and can be relentless on the field with their body. The same thing happens on a basketball court. What I got from that documentary was not about comparing him to LeBron or even Kobe, and I think those are pretty much my top 3 right there. And I still put Jordan at the top only because and what that documentary reaffirmed for me is he established to me the characteristic of drive, determination, and the no matter what mentality to get to the top, despite who his teammates were, to bring them along. Even if you didn't like his techniques or mannerisms, everybody's got problems. LeBron is not a saint by any means. His first team that he wins with, had some seriously big talents on those teams. When he was down in Miami, that was a 3-headed monster. I stopped watching the NBA because it seemed to me predetermined. And so when you compare eras, it's unfair. But what I got out of that was watching a man, and as a guy who's been an entrepreneur, I looked at it as how he focused on where he wanted to be, but yet every day it created the Kobe mentality in practice. And then it created the LeBron effort on the floor. And when I see those guys now, I see Jordan, and they will all tell you, those guys will all say, Jordan was my idol. He was my guy. And I think what they got from it and what that documentary affirms, and to me, it's entertainment. Okay, and here we are debating it, and that's great. But what it affirms is the drive, the determination, the management of his career, the management of the floor, the management to create that brand is what I got out of that Last Dance. Because at the end of it, what my letdown was, the Last Dance, the last episode, was watching the game again. And I watched the game, and I really enjoyed it. But I'm like, really? I wanted some more of the smack talk. I wanted more of the Pizzagate. I wanted more of that stuff. Because that's what the underlying story was to me. So, but I appreciate where you're at, and Jordan's still number one.
and I completely appreciate where you're coming from, and I almost wish this didn't have to be the conversation, because I watched episodes 1 and 2 initially, and the only reaction I had was, man, Jordan's awesome. Jordan, this is fun. And then the reaction, like I said, on Twitter, on social media.
Yeah. It
was almost like I didn't want to go back into Jordan LeBron. I did that on radio for years when LeBron was in the finals.
And here we are doing it
Warriors.
anyway. Here we are doing it again.
But we're forced into it because of a few things. Because number one, people insist on the greatest of all time argument, and we see it in other sports, but it's not as hotly debated in other sports. I don't think Brady Montana is nearly as volatile of an argument as Jordan LeBron is. But another part of it is, athletes get better as the years go on. And
That's
for
right.
some reason, basketball's the only sport where there's such a pushback against the fact that the guys have gotten more athletic and better. And I just think it's an evolution of the game. Jordan was the best ever when he was doing it. And then LeBron has done a lot of similar things, but he's added just an athletic freak aspect to it. So to me, it's not even a shot against Jordan as much as it is the game evolves, the game grows. And
I will
just
agree
like
with you on that.
In baseball, just like, look, Mike Trout right now, I mean, I know he's not the biggest star because he doesn't like to talk, but he's one of the best baseball players ever, partially because he's a freak athlete. I mean, you look at football where the guys are just more and more athletic every year. I don't know why in basketball we can't acknowledge that LeBron is the evolution of the best player in the NBA.
The answer, I think, to that,
is Jordan with an extra few inches, and he's built like a football player too.
Well,
when you go
into the other sports, I think you really look at an 11-man aside sport, and it's hard. You can't be the world's greatest football player with a lot of help. In baseball, it's a lot of individual effort, but you still need a team around you to bring the spotlight to you. On a basketball court, at the end of the day, you put the ball in their hand, you give me the rock, is where that phrase comes from. I can dominate that thing. So it gives that element. That's why I think you get back to this, somewhere somebody's still alive going, Oscar Robinson is the best player to ever walk on the court. But let's face it, Oscar Robinson, even the point guards weren't Mark Price and weren't, Steve Kerr, and damn sure weren't Stephon Curry. So when you really delve into other eras, then you take that into account. But basketball is one sport. It's like ultimately, if you continue along my line of thinking, football to baseball to basketball, ultimately you go to tennis, which is truly king of the court. It's the same phrase, king of the court, but it's one-on-one, mano-a-mano, and therefore we can make this argument: is it Rafael Nadal, who's crushing everybody now? Is it Djokovic, who's younger and or is it Pete Sampras, or keep going back in time? So when you really get down to the number of people on the court, it's a multifaceted debate is the only way to do it. It's great for sharing over a pizza and a beer.
Oh yeah, no, it absolutely is. And the one other thing I'll say about that is, Jordan, there were times he took over, but there were times that he had to lean on the teammates. There was the episode of the documentary where he learned, hey, I got to pass to Paxson because John Paxson's going to hit that open shot. So if I just pass to my teammate when he's open because they're doubling me, that's how I'm going to win. And him learning to be a team player is how he won.
Right.
But we kind of retroactively do this thing, and not necessarily you, but a lot of people act like Jordan did it alone. Man, he had Pippen, he had Phil Jackson, one of maybe the best coach of all time. He had a lot of great teammates.
Can we just
Dennis
agree?
Rodman.
How about we just agree that when it comes to pandemic life, it was a good 9 hours of our time.
Oh, listen, I have not been this fired up about a sports topic in a long time. I feel great right now. I've got the serotonin is coursing through my veins.
Because
man.
I'm going to admit
sports
something.
Again.
I'm going to admit something I've not admitted in public. Before I watched The Last Dance, I binge watched in 2 weeks.
Game of Thrones, all 8 seasons.
Oh,
I had never seen. I've maybe watched an episode or two, but it was always on when I was usually working, kind of thing. So I sat down and binge watched Game of Thrones.
That's 8 seasons.
8 seasons.
And there's at
2
least
weeks.
8 to 10,
10 episodes.
10 episodes
every season except 8.
So he had 80 hours worth of.
And if the theme of the show is pandemic life, surviving a pandemic, and how do we go forward? So what else have you binge watched besides Last Dance? You have to have something in your Shalimar estate over there.
Well, I'm kind of a movie guy, so it's been less about binge watching a TV show. I did finally start Breaking Bad. I'm on season 2 of that, so
okay.
It's living up to the hype completely. But for me, it's been a lot of movies. I just watched Dazed and Confused last night, a couple nights ago. I burned through the Tarantino catalog again, so that's just you can never go wrong doing Pulp Fiction for the 100th time. By the way, that's another debate topic we can go down is the Pulp Fiction Forrest Gump '94 Oscars debate, because I've had some passionate debates about that. I don't think Forrest Gump is any good at all. It's insane to me that Forrest Gump beat not only Pulp Fiction, but I believe the other movie that year was Shawshank Redemption.
Okay.
You cannot convince me that Forrest Gump is better than Shawshank Redemption and Pulp Fiction.
I think you just nailed one that when all 3 of them are on a rainy Saturday, one's on TNT, one's on TBS, and one's on Classic Turner, you kind of flip through each one because you know them so well you can just keep going through them all.
I don't even touch Forrest Gump. Yeah. No.
Yeah, but I mean, you're right. On the silver lining side, a lot of us are spending time with our families and with our significant others or whoever, just binge watching.
There you go.
I mean, you got all the Jack Ryan's ones we got finally a chance to see. Finally got a chance to watch the Tiger King.
Oh, God. Okay. So
that's a whole other topic all in and of itself.
Hey, back to sports, Jake. One big topic that was announced, and I confirmed it with our roving reporter out there in the field. I think he works for that 4-letter network, Rob Brown. You might have remembered Rob Brown. He was back. He's moved on to bigger and better things in the world. And it's hard to get him to come on the show because, he's very busy with ESPN. And I said it out loud. Sorry, I don't know if that's allowed. But we did confirm that
binge watching.
Rob is our competition right now on the air. So that's
we're on the same time
as Rob, and we're catching up to him in the ratings. That's for sure. But we did confirm that Sunday night, John Oliver announced that he has become the title sponsor for the World's Marble Racing Series. Rob and I, we're going to carry. We started that about 1.5 years ago in a local bar or restaurant that we were both working at, and we had it on the big screen for everybody to watch. Even while there was real football on, we were watching marble racing because we could bet $1 on every race. So I'm just letting you know that marble racing is going to be around. So pick your team and gear up. Be ready for some Jelly's marble racing. There it is, right there. I think it's the where's my Ducks? I think the clock is covering the name of my team.
This is the first time I'm actually watching.
You've never watched marble racing? This is
I had
the
no
greatest.
idea that they were making a dirt track and stuff like that.
The green yellow guy is my team, right there in the middle. Yeah, these tracks are somewhere like several hundred meters long.
Wow.
This is in Australia, so it's meters. But they do them underwater.
And they got a drone following it.
Absolutely.
Or a guy
this
with a
is
steady
some
cam
seriously high. Now, Jake, can you do play-by-play of?
It moves so fast.
Are you play-by? I know you like to do. You can analyze gambling aspects of any race. Can you put any foresight into what's going on right here as far as?
I think the green ball is up front. That's what I know.
That's
wait! Oh, he's passed up by the way.
See,
and here he comes.
Terrible.
It's a close one.
Can we just end the show as we? Hey, Jake, thanks for being here today to fill in a Wednesday and talk about The Last Dance, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I look forward to you getting on here, doing what you really do best, and that's breaking down some picks for football, so I can not bet anymore and argue with you about who does have that better left arm in the third quarter. So that'll be fantastic, my
I'm
friend.
still watching the marble racing. I'm
Yeah,
just
you might
like,
as well
I
just
have been-
fade out.
Oh my
This is
God.
done. Nerd Boy here is done. Thanks,
is
everybody.
awesome. I love it.
Thanks, everybody, for being here. Are we out of time?
Yeah, we're out of time.
Yeah,
Hey,
thanks everybody for
thanks,
being
Jake,
here.
For being,
Thanks,
with us
Jake.
there.
No problem.
Stay
Yeah,
rational,
no problem.
my friends. Watch marble racing. It'll keep you sane. Fantastic.
All right, that was great. It was a good show. And
Say goodbye. Say goodbye to everybody. Did you already do it?
I had to say goodbye, Mom.
There we go.
Have a great day, guys.
Thanks, Jake.
Thank you.